Right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We are back for another match of the Perth Sevens New Zealand taking on Samoa. Two sides that suffered defeat in their first contest. Now they have got the chance for redemption. Now Fiji versus France, the two winners from Pool C, is just around the corner. We will also be covering that game on the channel, but I hope you guys are all doing well. The starting lineups for New Zealand, first of all, they will be as follows. It is Cody Vai, Leroy Carter, Narohi Makavi Black, Sione Molia, Tim Mickelson, Akulia Rokalisoa, Scott Curry, and then that is the starting seven for Samoa. Yuna Sione gets his first chance of the Perth Sevens. Paul Scanlon, I should say. Noeli Letufia, Malani Matavau, Valvasa Apasua, Motu Opitai, and BJ Lima. So quite a few changes for both of these sides. Hi, says Max Cookie. Welcome in, mate. And sup, brother, says Tino. And also we have got there, it's not live in Fiji. It's a massive shame that games aren't being shown of the Sevens in Fiji. And I say it every single week, they need to change that because there is such a loyal fan base in Fiji. Meta is never the answer, Damien, says Simran there. And nice to see the Sevens being broadcast on YouTube again, says Marius. And the chat as well, but the game between Argentina and Canada is running a little bit longer than it was anticipated, but Argentina have got themselves the comfortable win, so they will be making their way more than likely out of the group stage. But Pool C, like I said, this one is wide open, and it's Thursday in Western Australia. Says Tino there. Yeah, key players in this game, Malani Matavau, we got to see a little bit of him in that first game up against the Fijians, in which Samoa were defeated 14 points to 7. Yona Sione, I'm looking forward to seeing him back on the circuit. It looks like Canada are still trying to fight for one last try in their contest up against Argentina, but now that game has gone to the final whistle. And this game going overtime has been stressy, says Simran there. Yeah, this game just around the corner between New Zealand and Samoa, followed straight away by France versus Fiji. That one will be an interesting decider. And I feel like it's going to be extremely important for both of those sides to get the win. France could actually find themselves top of the table if they get it right. But South Africa and Argentina have both managed to get themselves 6 points from their first two fixtures. Rana said, Damien, talk to her about how you feel, especially since they are both your best friends. I think that would make things awkward, though. I feel like that would be a risk, wouldn't it? Because if he doesn't say anything, yes, it's sad for his sake, but you're also in that scenario if you don't stir the pot. You don't want to stir the pot or else you lose both your friends. And then it's an awkward scenario. But these two sides, they would almost be considered friendly rivals. At this point, New Zealand and Samoa, last time that the two sides played, it was actually Samoa who were victorious over New Zealand. It's always a close fixture when they go head-to-head. Prediction of score, I'm going to back Samoa to sneak this game, and I'm going to say they win at 21 points to 19. In fact, no, I'm changing that. 19 points to 14 in favour of Samoa. See whether or not we can get it correct. Vavas Apasua leading out his team again. Then for the Kiwis, it is actually Sione Molia who will be the captain. I know it is Friday in Western Australia. It's about 7 p.m. Friday. Says Novam. Oh yeah, we're actually Saturday here in New Zealand, aren't we? I got a little bit confused. But AJ Jacobs, his 78th match of the series, he is going to be taking part in as a referee. And like Dove said, a crucial game for these two sides. I would say the loser of this contest more than likely will miss out on the next stage of the competition. So it just tells you how much there is on the line here for these two sides. Let's see who steps up to the plate better, New Zealand or Samoa. Now, Samoa in their first game actually looked a lot stronger than we had seen in past legs of the Sevens circuit. Maybe that was because of Malani Matavau and Scanlon working together as one, but it's kicked off now by Malani Matavau. And we are now underway. And this contest now, Roy McGarvey Black looking for the offload back and does get it to Curry, although the ball is loose. Now Scanlon has a bit of an ear swipe at it with his boot. Picked up by Valvasa Apasua. BJ Lima taken down by Scott Curry will be penalised for not rolling away. Now Vavasapasua gets it away to the right-hand side to Malani Matavao, testing out that quick stepping. He didn't get to use it a huge amount during the Rugby Union World Cup, unfortunately. Did come in as almost the third choice halfback. Did have an impact when was given the opportunity. Paul Scanlon, great step, but he's knocked the ball on from an aggressive tackle of Leroy Carter. She knows how I feel. I was scared to ask her out, but now I can't, says Damien. As well, but yeah, just the swinging arm of Leroy Carter comes around and slaps that ball out of the hand. Now 5.5 minutes remaining in this first half. And toss of Samoa, says Jocelyn. All fed in by Akulia Rokalisoa. In fact, Samoa have managed to steal that ball, and Malani Matavao throws the ball at the line. I believe that is a knock on. What's West Indies score, says Damien. At the moment in that game, they are sitting 6 for none. I also see Simran, you are being requested by Philip in the other live stream chat. Aletufea went to the short side. Good step from Scanlon. Sorry, from Matavao. Yeah, still 6 for none off 3.3 overs. I hope that they make it through the session without any wickets falling. And now 5 metres out from their own line now, Samoa. They want to get another turnover steal here. New Zealand only just out from their line. They have to get the scrum right. They weren't able to get the last one correct. They should be 60 to none. This is going to be a good game, but it's a shame I have to go to the airport now. Says Simran. And 60 already, man. They suck how many overs? Just 3.3. But Leroy Carter, 5 metres out from the line. Kulia Rokalisoa rolls it back and has it available now. Trying to spin out of the challenges of the Samoan defence. Malani Matavao, that was almost his ball. In fact, he's given away the penalty. Got extremely unlucky there. A little bit of push and shove between him and Leroy Carter. There were smiles on faces, but you know that those two are going to try and smash each other later. Now, I should mention that is in terms of the tackling sense. And get out there, boys, says Novmum. I think they get 300 and they beat Australia. Says a Damien there. A good bit of work from Malani Matavao in the breakdown, but just ended up getting penalised for it. There was half a moment where Matavao and Leroy Carter were going to have a push and a shove and a bit of a scrap, but then I think they realised that they just couldn't do it without cracking a smile. Rokalisoa 22 metres out from New Zealand's line, nicely taken by Scott Curry, but it's not straight from New Zealand. Just these little unforced errors are going to keep Samoa in this contest. They will now have themselves the scrum with 3 minutes remaining in this first half. Here's Sione Molia's frustration for that one not being straight. How long is Andrew Newstub injured? I'm not actually sure of the length of his injury. I know that New Zealand currently have a list of about 8 injured men's players, which is, it's pretty insane. You know, Joe Weber, Tony Nyashu falls into that category. Newstub, Lewis Ormond, a few others. Kitione Vai, I think, is in there as well. So, yeah, a lot of injuries for the New Zealanders at the moment. Nice step from Alofipo, taken down 22 metres out from the line. Samoa, similar to their game up against Fiji, have had all of the territory in this contest, but they haven't been able to turn it into points as of yet, and New Zealand managed to get themselves another steal in the breakdown. Leroy Carter across to Narohi Makavi Black, covered well by Alofipo. Now Cody Vai, the youngster, almost went into touch, but manages to just keep himself in the field of play. Leroy Carter getting wrestled off the ball by Malani Matavao. Samoa back in possession. Loopy pass from BJ Lima finds Letufia. Nil half time. Says Tino, at the moment it does look like it's shaping up that way. It will be another penalty going the way of New Zealand, who take the quick tap. Now Rokalisoa, Garvey Black, trying to find the next pass. Does manage to find Akulia Rokalisoa with some nice quick stepping. from the elusive All Black Sevens player. Rush defence from Matavao on Leroy Carter. Gets it out wide to Cody Vi. Scanlon in the one-on-one challenge. Manages to take him down. Stolen there. Was it legal from Scanlon? Yes, it was. And the penalty is won by Samoa again. I think New Zealand are making the argument if Scanlon's come from lying down on an offside position to then manage to take that ball out. And they probably have got a decent point there. So Scanlon made the tackle. Yeah, he's come from an offside position there. Scanlon got away with one. But it's given Samoa another opportunity on attack here to try and create a little bit of the late opportunity. In the half, that is. 50 seconds remaining. What happened to New Zealand Sevens? Says Mr. Bravestone. Unfortunately, they're just having a bad week. It could be due to those 8 injuries, of course. So many changes in their side. It means that it is harder to be able to find that momentum, find that chemistry. It's going to be another penalty going the way of Samoa. New Zealand will be marched back 10 now. Matavao takes the quick tap. 25 seconds remaining in the half, and Samoa have numbers to the left-hand side. Just told my dog I'll take him for a walk. Now he's running around the house, waiting to go. Says Damien. Now BJ Lima straightens with the run. That should be Tim Mickelson's ball. Referee says no. AJ Jacobs being extremely harsh in this contest so far in terms of the breakdown penalties. Now back to the left-hand side. Now Alofepo almost breaking through. Leroy Carter has gone absolutely flying there. And now he's gone flying into the breakdown. Tried to get the counter runk. New Zealand has been penalised again. Side entry. They have called it against Narohi McGarvey Black. Gordon Titchens prefer eat better, says Tino. And now it looks like Samoa are once again going to be going for the scrum. Okay, referee just having a bit of a conversation there with the captain, Sione Molly. It seems like there's been a few miscommunications in this game this far. An error, sorry. Says it was there from Tino. Now, Niueli Letufia feeds the ball in for the Samoans, who are destined to score a try at this rate. With the amount of penalties that have come against New Zealand, you would think it is a certain that they can get over the line. Alofepo, great shot on him by Cody Vi. It's now almost caused a ruck. Letufia, cut out pass again, this time going to Motu Opitai. Low tackle made on him by Cody Vi. 10 metres out from the line. This half has gone 2 minutes extra at the moment. Now wide cut out pass to Vavasafasua. Wrestled down. Curry went for the turnover. Doesn't receive the penalty from AJ Jacobs. Now Paul Scanlon going to the right-hand side. Malani Matavao, good step from him, finds the offload. Scanlon's knocked the ball on in New Zealand now. They are going to go for the counter-attack. Malani Matavao has stayed down. Massive bump off from Cody Vi, who got the ball over the top. Leroy Carter out wide. New Zealand going for a full field try. They have not exited their own 22 throughout this whole game. Up to this point now, Leroy Carter steps and New Zealand will score the first try of this game. Somehow. Hamish, have you heard about Lewis Rees-Zammit going to the NFL? I have indeed. Hopefully he goes all right, but Leroy Carter has put in the shift right there. Same with the whole of the New Zealand side. Samoa not allowing New Zealand out of their half for this whole 7 minutes or this whole 9 minutes. And then they managed to get through in the end, score the important try that now gives them a lead. And you have to ask the question, what does that do for the confidence of the Samoans? Kick has gone over from New Zealand, so at halftime in this game, it is 7 points to 0 in favour of New Zealand. Now, I should mention we have got another live stream just around the corner, ladies and gentlemen, that has taken place between Fiji and France. That one is supposed to start at 12:30. We will be pretty much transferring straight from that one, or this one, straight to that one. And then we've also got our our West Indies versus Australia stream that we will be popping back to afterwards. Something happened in Wellington against these two teams, says Tino. I know the Hamilton Sevens, they kept it very close. Do you think Fiji will win this tournament? Well, I heard an interesting stat, which is that Fiji have been in their longest losing drought in not becoming champions of a week since 2005. They haven't had a successful win since 2022 on the Seven circuit. And I think they can change that, but they will have to have a good game up against France just around the corner. That is the main thing for them, so that they can guarantee qualification. Some reason, me and my crushed best friend have the best chats in night. Says Damien McKenzie. And do the All Blacks have a game at Christchurch Stadium this year? I'm not actually too sure, to be honest. I assume so. They normally give them one at Orange Theory Stadium, but more than likely it will be... Oh, no, they went to Forsyth Bar last year, didn't they? So there's a chance that they could have one from Orange Theory. And my bro Victor Vito scored the winning try against Samoa, says Tino. And there as well. But now the second half of this contest just around the corner from getting underway. New Zealand up 7-0 up against the Samoans. Did Ireland win already? Or did Ireland win today, says Connor Crowley? I'll be honest, I actually haven't seen some of the results of the Sevens, mainly because I have been doing the cricket. So I will have a quick look now to see how Ireland are sitting. Should I mention the West Indies at the moment? They are doing all right, 9 for none. For anyone who has come over from that cricket stream. Kolia Rockily Soa to kick this one off long. Nicely taken there by Samoa with Motu Opitai. So Ireland in their second game, they managed to beat the Great British side 17 points to 12. And they haven't played their next game as of yet. Their next one's up against the USA in an hour and 30 minutes time. Another scrum here for New Zealand. The early handling errors been costing both of these sides in the second half. And normally that is down to fatigue. The fact that both of these sides played pretty much a 10-minute first half would have really taken it out of them. Normally when you're expecting to play only 7 minutes and you get those 3 extra minutes on top, can be pretty draining on the body. Definitely in sevens. Doing the next Irish match, we are not, no. But I believe we have got an Irish match in their quarterfinals, if they do make it that far, that we will be covering. Leroy Carter inside border, Tim Mickelson. New Zealand get themselves another try. And that is 2 tries within 3 minutes now for New Zealand. In fact, it's 2 tries within 2 minutes. Who's going to win the Six Nations? I honestly think it's going to be either Ireland or France. I think they will be the 2 sides that are right at the top of the bunch. Leroy Carter, great acceleration shown. And gets that inside ball to the experienced veteran and Tim Mickelson, who gets that ball down, scores the try for New Zealand, which they will be more than happy with. Now 5 minutes remaining. New Zealand have not got that kick over. Samoa have still got time to be able to come back in this match, but they cannot afford to leave it too much later. They need to get on the board soon, within, I would say, the next 5 or so phases. Good chase there from Tim Mickelson. Samoa wrestled down 25 metres out from their own Munster vs Crusaders next Saturday, says Connor. And yeah, we are going to be covering that game on the channel. At least we are hoping to. The good news is it doesn't overlap with the Six Nations, I don't believe. Now Scanlon out wide. Covered well by Leroy Carter as well as Akulia Rockalisoa. Now the pressure is really on Samoa to try and create that next passing opportunity. Goes out to Ioannis. Passes one more out wide. Here comes Motu Opitai. Doesn't quite go through the 2 very experienced players in Mickelson and Scott Curry. Inside ball from Paul Scanlon. Gets it off the Vawasa Ofasua. I'll be at the Munster match, says Connor. So hopefully it is a great game. A little bit of a juggle there from Ioannis. Gets another offload away. Tackled by Moses Leo. Samoa, that is a minute since I mentioned that they would need a try and they would need one soon, but they haven't really gone forward too far. Not able to find a gap in this New Zealand defence, which to be honest was lacking in their game up against France. They were being broken open too easily. Now another offload. Vavasa Apasoa. Numbers on the outside. It is currently a 3-on-2 here for the Samoans. Nice offload from Fafui Falaniko and Yuna Sione back on the Sevens circuit. Will score himself the try here. And almost between the sticks, Samoa back in the contest. 26th try in his career for Yuna Sione here. Just beautiful work from Fa'afoi Falaniko from his back to get that offload away, to keep the move going, to keep Samoa on the front foot in attack. Worked out very nicely. And lots of rugby next month for the real games. Says Novman, but that one has been kicked over. And that will now make the score 12 points to 7. And Samoa need more points, says Tino. Though they've cut down that gap a little bit. My prediction for this game, I believe I said Samoa would win 19 points to 14. Now, New Zealand cannot get the 14, but Samoa can still get the 19. What match are you doing next? Says Connor, the next match that we have got is starting at 12:30, so only a couple minutes away, and that will be the match between France and Fiji. So we are transferring straight from this live stream over to the next one, and then after that we are popping back to the West Indies versus Australia live stream, where we will be having a bit of a post-match chat, or post-day chat, I should say, for that one. Now, Motu Opitai, tackle well, 5 Brian Norfolk. Who's your favourite rugby player? I mean, Artie Savi always goes relatively high up on that list. Nice run from Yuna Sione on the outside. In terms of the Sevens circuit, Tereo Tamani probably would be up there just because he seems to be able to create opportunities for Fiji no matter what situation they are in. Plus, he's not the biggest guy on the field, but he certainly plays like it. Currently, Samoa 25 metres out from the line. Offloaded on the inside to Fa'afoi Falaniko. Managed to get that last offload away. Moses Leo has knocked that ball on. Alofipo now. I'll be watching the stream for the France match, says Connor. There as well. Now off to the left-hand side. Rough pass for Samoa, but Vavasa Apasoa waits patiently for that ball to pop up. A little fear goes off to was Malakisi Masifao. Fa'afoi Falaniko. Breaking 2 tackles, gets the offload away to Masifao, and he'll score the try. Samoa bringing it back to 12 apiece, and they are not done fighting as of yet. Malakisi Masifao scores the try here for the Manu Samoans. And just the support runs, having that next pass ready to go in the moments when it matters most. Brilliantly done for the Samoans. This is going to be a tough kick pretty much from the sideline. And Alofipo going to step up. It's not bad, but it's gone away to the side. So that will now make the score 12 all with not much time left on the clock. Only another 40 seconds. Now, I should mention, if these two sides are tied at the end of the regular time, they do actually go to bonus point time. Time has been turned off. I'm quickly going to delay that next live stream by 5 minutes, just because I think this game has a good chance of going to golden point time. Here we go, Fa'afoi Falaniko. Gonna be kicking this one off. I put it high, I almost can't look. It's loose, and Samoa have cleaned that ball up. If they were to win a penalty here, they're a little bit too far out to be able to take that kick. That is a knock on there. 5 seconds remaining on the clock. There is still time for New Zealand to get one last crack. New rules, no draws. Golden point extra time for all draw matches. 3 points for a win, 1 point for a loss of 7 or less. So both of these teams at the moment are guaranteed at least 1 point from this game. Samoa receiving 1 point from their first game up against the Fijians, losing that game 14 points to 7. Go Samoa, says Hiron. And there as well, but to play a Cook Savage, about to feed the ball into the scrum. Sam Dixon out there in the front row for this one. This is going to be an interesting moment, ladies and gents, because whoever gets the better of this scrum could just about take out the victory. To play a Cook Savage, how many times have New Zealand scored a last-minute try up against the Samoans and ruined their hopes of getting a monumental victory? But the last time that these two sides played, it was New Zealand who were defeated by Samoa. Whiniana Ofo almost managing to break his way right through, moves up to the 22-metre line now for the New Zealanders. To play Cook Savage goes off to the right-hand side. Regan Ware recently making his way onto the field, finds another offload to Narohi Makavi Black. Over the top to Dixon, who has a loose carry, but hasn't knocked the ball on. Yunasioni, there's a knock on there. We're going to golden point time, ladies and gentlemen. The cricket and the Sevens are keeping you up all night. Thanks, mate, says Joss. And there as well. Sam Dixon is powerful, says Mr. Brave. He certainly is. We are going to golden point time. And the way that golden point time works, ladies and gentlemen, whoever gets the next point, they win. It's as simple as it gets. Now, there is still going to be a toss, of course, to see who has got the ball. But 12 all, always exciting when these two sides play off, like I mentioned. And this time, it is going to be no different. My eyes are extremely bloodshot, by the way. But that is just because, unfortunately, it's night time and it's late. And go to the Kiwis, says Tar there. I should also mention, for anyone wondering about the cricket, we have just seen the wicket of Tangerine Chanderpaul. He has been dismissed right at the end of the day, which means that the day comes to a close with the West Indies a lead of 35 runs and 13 for 1 on the scoreboard. Go Samoa, says Pate, and now go Fiji, says Heron, and go the Kiwis, says Tar. So, of course, we are going straight over to that Fiji versus France game as soon as it does take place. But for now, we've got golden point time. Both of these sides taking a lot of deep breaths as it was played at a frantic tempo. Plus, they had to play that extra 3 minutes of the first half, so that would have drained the gas tank just that little bit more for these two sides. So like I said, no golden point or no draw anymore on the Sevens circuit. You do need to win by having more points than your opposition. Go Samoa, says Pawan there. And first extra time game for both teams this season is the other stat that has just popped up. I feel bad for Samoa though, because they have been so close to beating New Zealand on so many occasions, and normally it's the last moment that ends up hurting them. Our rules have changed, should be over. It's a draw. Makes no difference with points win or lose, says Tino. Although with this new format, they decided that they wanted to get rid of draws so that a draw doesn't affect the way that the group finishes. I agree that draw should be a draw, but in these games, they want to keep it going. Samoa, Yunasioni is in possession. Samoa have currently got the ball stolen in the breakdown. No, Sam Dixon has been penalised by AJ Jacobs. Now, I should mention, whoever loses this game has a very good chance of missing out on the next stage. What if Fiji beats France and loses to New Zealand? I believe Fiji would still go through, and the Samoa game up against France would heavily determine what happens with the rest of the sides. But yeah, it's a tough group. Very tough group, and it certainly isn't easy. But the winner of this game keeps their hopes alive. The loser of this game, they will still receive an extra point, so they could get through on a technicality. If Fiji beat France and whoever loses this game beats France, they might actually still go through. Big scrum, too much movement, AJ Jacobs says. And we are now going to have a scrum reset here, ladies and gentlemen. Crowd are still loving it in Perth. Currently, local time, it is, I believe, 7:36 p.m. in Perth on the Friday night. Ball is better now. Big push from New Zealand. And they win the penalty now. Like I've said, New Zealand going to try and take control of this contest now to play a Cook Savage. Getting ready to take the quick tap for New Zealand. They are going line out here, so a bit of a bold call from New Zealand rather than going for the scrum. Definitely because they've only had one line out today and it hasn't been straight. So I have to make sure that this one is a lot better than the previous one. I should mention we are 6 minutes past when Fiji and France was going to be kicking off, but as soon as that game does kick off, we are, of course, going to be covering it here on the channel. That one's going to be thrown in, nicely taken by Sam Dixon. Loose ball, cleaned up by Tupaia Cook Savage, who goes with the offload around the back. Regan Ware hangs on to the ball in a contact with, I believe it was Paul Scanlon, as well as Iona Sione now going off to the right-hand side. Sam Dixon again wrestled down in a solid tackle. Passing off to the right, Regan Ware here. Going off to Naroi, McGarvey Black. Gets it to Cook Savage. Frinanofo gets it away to Sione Molia. New Zealand losing a lot of ground at the moment. Currently back at the halfway line, but they've found it out wide to Moses Leo, who has got express pace. Hasn't been able to use it here though. Taken down early by Masifao. Now Sam Dixon, cross again to Frinanofo. Right here, to play a Cook Savage. Gets it away to Sione Molia. Inside ball. New Zealand moving up to the 22, but there was a knock on the ground. Now extra time, of course, we will have 5 minutes per half of extra time, which does mean that the game between Fiji and France could be delayed even more if neither of these sides do concede any points. I should also mention that France versus Samoa, that is the first game of Pool C tomorrow. That is taking place at 6:02 p.m. New Zealand time. And then Fiji versus New Zealand, that is going to be taking place at 6:25. Trying their absolute hardest for Samoa. Leroy Carter giving the ball now. And what if Fiji beats France? Oh no, I read that one, didn't I? But yeah, Leroy Carter does show time and time again how dangerous he can be. Samoa have had 6 handling errors throughout this contest, so I feel like that is something that they want to try and improve on in the near future. 27 tackles made by New Zealand compared to the 13 of Samoa, so fatigue might be starting to set in just a little bit more. Now ball fed in by Paul Scanlon, available for Samoa. Kicked him on from Fafoi Falaniko, deciding that they need to go with a little bit of a different tactic. The ball bounces awkwardly, beautifully taken there though by Malakisi Masifao. Now Fafoi Falaniko gets it away off to the left-hand side. Paul Scanlon, one more. Tries to get it to Motu Opitai. The ball is loose. It's going to be play on, but it goes into touch. This game is not going to end, ladies and gentlemen. They are going all night. It's going to be causing big problems in terms of when the next games are supposed to be taking place. Luckily, we are only covering the next game of the Sevens, and then after that, it is at the end of the day for us anyway. But we will be covering a lot more tomorrow when the quarterfinals and also the round robin games are continuing to take place. Now to play a Cook Savage to throw this ball in. This is going to be utterly fatiguing for these two teams. Samoa, big game against France tomorrow. New Zealand, bigger match up against Fiji. And both sides do not want to be going as deep into this game. This is not good for the old ticker. Says a Novmum there now going to the left-hand side. Leroy Carter gets the offload away to Regan Ware. This is their chance. He has got through, and New Zealand will take out the victory, ladies and gentlemen. They will win it 17 points to 12. And that is, I predicted 19 to 12 in favour, 19-14 in favour of Samoa. But what a game. Samoa still in a good shot of being able to move through to the next round. They do need to beat France, though, in their next contest. That is taking place tomorrow at 6:02 p.m. But you see, get the ball to Leroy Carter, and Leroy Carter once again gets the assist for the second time in this contest. But thank you all very much for tuning in. We are now popping over to that next live stream, which is Fiji versus France. And we'll see you all in a very short moment.